Crypto family, welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from the Bitcoin Bros coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video today. And in today's clip, we're going to be talking about a crypto we haven't talked about on the channel before, and that is Kaspa. This is a crypto that has been blasting off over the past 8 months. Huge price gains. We're going to be talking about all that in today's video. But the reason why we're talking more about altcoins now is because we're going into a bull run. Bitcoin is going to lead these altcoins into the next bull run with the Bitcoin ETF. We have the halving coming here in 53 days, as you can see right here. And normally around a year to a year and a half after the halving, that's when we have the peak of the crypto bull market. So that's what the Bitcoin Bros are expecting. And if you look at all this money flowing in from the Bitcoin spot ETFs right now, it is just crazy. On Friday, the 23rd of February, there were an additional 4,500 Bitcoin that flew into these ETFs. So it's just bringing a lot more liquidity into the space, and that's why some of these altcoins have been blasting off. And this is also with Grayscale having some of that Bitcoin being sold off because of everything that was going on with Genesis. The court gave them approval to sell around $1.6 billion, and we're still seeing massive inflows. So enough of that. You guys know that Bitcoin's probably going to be very strong this year and next year. We're going to be talking about Kaspa in today's video, currently sitting at around 16 cents. If we look just a year ago, Kaspa was under 1 cent, so that's about a 16x. It's up 2,000% in just the past year, and for good reason. And I'll be going over why it's been blasting off, where I see Kaspa going in today's video over the next year or two, going into this next bull run, and what do I see it peaking at. So before I get into all that, if you guys are interested, you can join the Bitcoin Bros Patreon. We have 6 remaining spots left at just $5 a month. This price will go up after the 6 join. This allows you to ask us questions directly, engage with our community. You also get access to our crypto airdrop spreadsheet. It has over 50 cryptos on there and around 9 free crypto airdrops. So if you go and utilize this, you will definitely get your money back plus more. But the first thing I noticed about with Kaspa here was their huge community and how it's been growing. This is the subreddit Kaspa and how it's been growing here. You can see they have over 10,000 members now at around 12K, and it's been growing exponentially throughout 2023. And there isn't any retail investors right now. If you look at the Google Trends for crypto, for Bitcoin, nobody's talking about Bitcoin, nobody's talking about crypto. So this is good to see. The community is growing while there's not any retail money coming in. There's no huge FOMO like we saw back in 2021 yet. So that's really, really good to see there. And then also their Twitter page has over 200,000 followers. That's good to see. They have a huge community. And then you can see they've been doing some Kaspa meetups, and quite a few people are there learning about what Kaspa is, learning about why it's important. Some people in the Kaspa community think that Kaspa is the next Bitcoin. Some people think it's the next Litecoin. Some people think it's going to compete with Ethereum because of the DeFi things you'll be able to write on top of it. But this is kind of what makes Kaspa different here. It has fast transactions, instant confirmation, and they do it with BlockDAG. And this is a proof of work consensus mechanism. And this is one of the only fast proof of work consensus mechanisms out there right now. With the instant confirmations, they're at 10 blocks per second, and they are trying to reach the goal of getting to 100 blocks per second. So it's very, very efficient. It runs on proof of work, and it's also very secure. And there is a thread right over here on Reddit that talks about why the Kaspa ecosystem is actually very, very powerful and why it's important. I'm actually going to link this in the comment section below. I just thought this was a great read, but just to go through it very quickly, the confirmation times are instant, just kind of like I talked about. It's fair launched, another rare trait for a coin. They didn't give out a lot of money to VCs or anything like that. It's actually decentralized. They have good developers, speed. Kaspa is super efficient, it's proof of work. Mining, it's proof of work there. Kaspa is a BlockDAG. You guys can learn more about that. But it just has a lot of upside potential, and it's the reason why the price of the token has performed well over the past year. And if you look at where the tokens are actually being held at right now, we see a lot of growth here over the past 30 days when it comes to sharks, dolphins, fish, octopus, and crab. A lot of big whales getting into Kaspa thinking that it's going to have higher prices later this year, and a lot of people are just buying more and more of this stuff. You can see more and more wallets are growing, more and more people are coming into the Kaspa ecosystem, which is good to see, and it's fairly distributed. Around 10% of the top addresses own 17% of the supply, top 100 own 34%, top 1,000 own 60%. So that's about as fair as you can get compared to some other ecosystems out there. This actually looks pretty good, in my opinion, for a new crypto. And the new crypto is kind of the wave right now. The new cryptos have been blasting off here over the past week. We've seen Kaspa be one of these new cryptos that has just done huge gains, huge gains. And I'll get to my price prediction at the end of the video, but also want to go over some other things here for Kaspa. We're also seeing some adoption here. The Korean fried chicken restaurant Coco's in Omaha City, Nebraska is now accepting Kaspa. And I've also seen a couple of videos over on Twitter where people are actually going into some shops similar to Coco's, spending some of their Kaspa to buy food, to buy groceries, things like that. That's good to see. That is just more adoption. And this is where I think Kaspa is really competing with a crypto with like Litecoin. Litecoin has a lot of transactions. A lot of people use it for payment. And this is where I think Kaspa is really competing with LTC here. And Kaspa is really deflationary. Here's the Kaspa emission schedule. Initially was very inflationary with this many coins per month. And this is just a spreadsheet, but after like 6 years, it's very deflationary. And you can also see it with this chart here. I know this is a little bit hard to read, but after around 46 months, you can see the emissions really start to taper off, and there's not a lot of Kaspa that is going to be released to the miners at all. And you can see that right here. After a couple of years, the inflation is just basically not there anymore, and it's very deflationary, if you ask me. So that is just a high level overview of Kaspa. If you guys want to see more Kaspa videos, leave that in the comment section below. But I want to tell you guys about my price prediction here and where I see Kaspa going. This is Kaspa with compared to some of the other proof of work cryptos in the market. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin have around a $5 billion market cap. Kaspa is at like $3.7 billion market cap. In this bull run, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kaspa flip Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I would not be surprised. It's a new crypto. It's very innovative. It's proof of work, but it's fast. It's instant confirmations, which is really good. And I think that gives us a lot of upside. But they're also talking about having smart contracts, creating things like DEXs. And that's where it competes with something like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Solana. And it's going to be really interesting to see where Kaspa really makes its place and where it really gets its narrative from. Do I think it's going to compete with Bitcoin? In my personal opinion, no. Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin has the brand, has first movers advantage. You know, there's a lot of money in Bitcoin. We have a Bitcoin ETFs. I don't think anything will ever flip Bitcoin. This is just my opinion, and I don't think Kaspa is going to compete with Bitcoin. Do I think Kaspa could get in the top 10 this bull run? I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Currently at a $3.7 billion market cap, it could go up to around a $30 to $50 billion market cap. That's where I would predict Kaspa to go in this bull run. If we continue to see Bitcoin go up, if these altcoins continue to blast off, I could definitely see it getting that high, potentially even getting in the top 10 cryptos, and it could flip Dogecoin as well. But like I said, this is not financial advice, and I could be completely wrong. You know, Kaspa could go down. I mean, these are huge gains over the past year. I would recommend, if you guys are looking to get in now, dollar cost average in. Don't go all in on this project, because we could definitely have a bit of a retracement, but you can see the trend here is really good. If we did some TA on this, we would definitely see higher high after higher high after higher high. So the trend is your friend to the end, and it's looking good for crypto coming into 2024. Potential of lowering interest rates here in the United States. We have the Bitcoin halving coming, a lot of money flowing in from the ETFs, and we could have another massive bull run on our hands coming very soon for crypto. And Kaspa may be a crypto you can get in right now and potentially get a 5 to 10x. That's where I think it's going. I know some people will disagree with that. If you do disagree, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. The Bitcoin Bros, with all transparency, have added a little bit of Kaspa into our balance sheet. We got in a couple of weeks ago. So let us know what you guys think about Kaspa. Do you think this price will continue to go up? Where do you think it will go? Kaspa community, let us know, and also subscribe